Have you ever wondered how organisms are classified? It's a question that has puzzled humans for centuries. The answer lies in the science of taxonomy. This fascinating discipline is all about classification, specifically the classification of life. Every organism, from the tiniest microbe to the largest whale, has a place in the grand scheme of taxonomy. Why is taxonomy so crucial in biology? Well, imagine trying to study the vast diversity of life without any system of organization. It would be like trying to find a specific book in a library without any cataloging system. Taxonomy provides us with that essential structure, organizing life's incredible diversity into manageable categories. The system of classification we use today was developed by a man named Carl Linnaeus. His work in the 18th century laid the groundwork for our modern understanding of biological classification, and his influence can still be seen in the taxonomic system we use today. Now that we know what taxonomy is, let's dive into the different taxonomic categories. The first and largest taxonomic category is the kingdom. When we talk about kingdoms, we're referring to 5 distinct groups: animals, plants, fungi, protista, and monera. Each kingdom paints a broad stroke in the canvas of life, with animals being multicellular creatures that move, plants being multicellular and photosynthetic, fungi being absorbent organisms, protista being the catch-all group for mostly unicellular organisms, and monera being unicellular organisms without a nucleus. Then we move a notch down the ladder to the phylum. This is where things get fascinating. Phylum is the next level of classification within kingdoms, grouping organisms based on major characteristics. Imagine it as a family reunion where everyone shares a common ancestry but has their unique traits. In the animal kingdom, for instance, we have the phylum Chordata, which includes all animals with a backbone. So, kingdoms and phyla are the first steps in categorizing the vast diversity of life. Now, let's delve deeper into the taxonomic hierarchy. Moving further down the hierarchy, we encounter class, order, and family. Now, let's take a moment to delve into these fascinating categories. The class in our taxonomic journey is where we start to see organisms grouped together based on some key shared features. For instance, in the mammalian class, we find creatures like us, humans, who share characteristics such as hair and mammary glands. Next, we have the order. This is where things get even more specific. Organisms in the same order share even more similar characteristics. Take, for instance, the order of primates, which includes humans, monkeys, and apes, all of whom have forward-facing eyes and grasping fingers. Then we arrive at the family. Here, we're talking about organisms that are even more closely related. For example, humans belong to the family Hominidae, which also includes our closest relatives, the great apes. We're getting closer to the individual organism. Let's continue down the taxonomic hierarchy. The final and most specific taxonomic categories are genus and species. As we delve deeper into taxonomy, we encounter these 2 categories that define organisms at their most precise level. The genus, a group just above species, includes very closely related organisms. It's like having a surname that you share with a broad family. Now let's take a step further to the species level. This is the most specific category in the taxonomic hierarchy. The species category includes individual organisms that can interbreed. Think of it as your personal first name, unique and individual to you. To illustrate, consider the example of Homo sapiens. Here, Homo is our genus, the larger family we belong to, and sapiens is our species, the individual identity that separates us from other organisms within the Homo genus. That concludes our journey down the taxonomic hierarchy, from kingdom to species. We've unpacked the complex world of biological classification, one layer at a time. Now, let's recap what we've learned about the taxonomic categories. We delved into the world of taxonomy, beginning with kingdoms, the broadest category, home to 5 major groups: animals, plants, fungi, protists, and monera. We then navigated through phyla, each representing a significant lineage within a kingdom. Our journey continued into classes, each encompassing related orders, and orders groups of related families. Families in turn include related genera. We then explored genera, each housing species that share a multitude of common characteristics. Finally, at the heart of taxonomy, we arrived at species, the most specific category identifying individual organisms. Each step in this taxonomic journey, from kingdom to species, allows us to better appreciate the immense diversity and interconnections of life. It's crucial to remember that taxonomy is more than just a system of names. It's a profound way to understand the interconnectedness of life. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the taxonomic categories.